Hello and actually good morning. Regardless, whenever you're watching this video, this live stream, always good morning. It's always morning somewhere.
It's always
So
five
I
o'clock,
have
man. It's always 5 o'clock.
exactly. I have Ray here. Hey
Yes.
Ray, what's
Hey,
going
what's up,
on?
man?
How
How
is the
are you? I
sunny?
made it on, even though I'm in my travels a little bit, but it's happy to be able to connect and still have my studio. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. So we have a great topic today. Is not only creating the content. It could be video, it could be any post or anything. It's not only creating it. How can we create a better content, like Mona Lisa of the post? Like so people can get engaged. So let's talk about that. Ray, you are the marketing expert, of course. You know a lot of technical side of it. You talk to different kind of people, different client you have. So tell me, give me some tips about uh, how do I get more engaged with the video. Suppose I'm recording a video, or I'm giving a
So
photo,
let,
anything.
let me start off by telling you, I at one point I was not doing social media at all, and I still kind of cringe sometimes, right? My customers demanded me to say, hey, would you be able to post this and so on. And of course, I mean, if your customers ask for something, you're gonna, be able to do it because these are the techniques that I've had to learn and understand through my failures made me a little bit better. Okay. So with that being said, I'll tell you, the first thing that I'll tell you to do with this is engagement.
Yeah,
Engagement is always the first point of putting any social media post in any location. When they don't do that, then they're just putting something up on the middle of nowhere. If you have no engagement, what good is the post? So,
yeah,
but people also have this thing where they don't see the engagement, so they get worried. Oh my goodness, no one's gonna see it. No one's seeing it. No one liked my post. No one this. No one that. And people don't realize the world, the time we live in, and the time that Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram lives in is totally different.
yeah, yeah. It's true. And then other thing also, then they stop doing it because they are not getting the engagement. They stop doing it what they started. So engagement is very, very important. So how can we simplify that to get more engagement with our post of the videos?
So I can tell you, well, first, let's say if I were going to put a post out there, right, to get engagement, I would always ask a question. I would also make sure to ask it so they are replying to me and saying, "Hey, this is the answer." Not long ago, I put something out there saying, "Hey, where can I find a great hamburger in my area?" And many people replied to it. Now, again, as I mentioned to you before, I am not crazy into social, but just doing that alone kind of gets engagement. Imagine doing this for business that someone's looking for a service. For example, if I was a realtor, I would not just bloat about how often am I going to, I'm selling homes at what rate and all that stuff. I want to show what do I do? What's the process? What's the engagement with the client to me? Well, not a client because now they're your friend because when you have a realtor, your realtor has become your friend because there's a relationship there.
So
So
yeah, so that is so true. So bottom line is, anytime we're doing something with the marketing, it has to be all about them, my audience. so
yes,
so that is very important, not about what I do. Means like bragging, it doesn't
right.
work, because it has to be engaged. Means it has to be both way. I'm giving something, but then somebody, the audience has to grab that too. So it has to be interesting subject, or something interested for the audience. That makes
Right.
sense.
And again, let me just harp on that a little bit more. So when you make it about you, then you may like it, right? And of course, all these social media platforms are created to share some information, to share something, either a personal story or a business story if you're doing it for business aspect. But again, the more you give, the more you will get out of it. And this conversation is based off how can I get those people engaged? Well, why don't you ask an engaging question and exactly see the replies to that? And that's engagement. That's where you start with engagement, which is always good when it comes to social media platforms. I know many people that do it and they use not only a post, they also do video with that as well.
Okay.
So that's number one. Number two.
Okay, that's very
Okay,
good.
I
Yeah.
can go on to number two if you want.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Number two.
All right. Okay. Again, so then one of the other things that I will always recommend is video. So when you do video, like we're doing now, so someone may be watching this meeting that we're having, this podcast, this time together, this live studio. Um, Someone may watch this for the next 5-10 minutes. Someone may watch the entire thing. That's engagement, and we're keeping them in that platform. If it's LinkedIn, if it's Facebook, if it's YouTube, do you think that these companies don't like it? Well, if you do, then you're wrong. They love the fact that we are literally kind of keeping people on their platform watching this program and being able to keep them engaged because they want to keep you on there. They want to suggest other things and hey, guess what? If you like this, you may like this. The reason why they do that is because again, they want because you are when you're watching this, you are showing something called engagement, which we were talking today. So this is extremely engaging to do a video, and it doesn't have to be so complicated or so beautiful, right? It can be a regular video. Again, the more natural it is, the more natural replies you get.
Very good. Now, there are, see, when I record a video, and this is the thing I learned from our coaching, from different my friends, or my mastermind partners who are doing great with the videos, and so a couple of things to keep in mind. Number one is when you start a video, it's called hook, means you see like these days TikTok video, YouTube short, they're coming like very shorter time. They don't have, people don't have an hour to watch a video these days. Okay, it used to be in YouTube, not now, like 5 second, 8 seconds. So it's very important how I start the first 5-10 second on a 30 second or 2 minute or 5 minute video.
Right.
So that's called hook. It has to be, for example, I'm giving an example. If I start with, okay, my name is this, blah blah blah, it's not interesting. But if I
Right.
say, I'm here today to tell you that my client, the Jones family, got a house for only $10,000 in their bank account. I'm going to tell you how did you do it. You see, it's automatically now someone who has the struggle, doesn't have that much money saved up, but they want to buy a home. They'll say, let me listen to this. How they did it. That's number one. Number two, it has to be valuable information. So then after that, what I'm going to deliver, it has to be connected to that hook, and it has to be valuable to the person,
Absolutely.
who are watching the video. Another little thing, technical thing also, whenever we do a video, make sure that you're talking to only one person, like not like, hey guys, a lot of people, one person. Like I have to feel when I'm watching someone's video like that person is just talking to me. Okay. And then last thing is the what Ray was also saying, asking question, the call for action. So okay, I watched your video, you gave me valuable information. What do I do now? That could be, hey, go to my website and check this page, or call me in this number, or make a comment here, I'll be glad to reach out to you. So basically, if you keep this in three part: hook, providing value, and call for action, and this definitely going to get more engagement. So Ray,
Absolutely.
what do you think?
And one of the things that you mentioned there in reference to, yeah, say for example, that someone winds up going to your website. There's many advertisers out there like myself, right? Many advertisers, even, I mean, very good ones at that. Once you land on their page, they actually add a cookie to your site, to you and your computer. So later on, while you're kind of living your life and you see the same similar of what you've searched for when you watch this event, it's like, wait a second, how am I seeing this now? Everyone know now that's a normal event these days, right? It's normal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And that's part of the process. And part of that, grabbing that information and bringing them to your website, again, you want to try to get the information. You want to say, hey, why don't you subscribe to us? Why don't you let us communicate with you to tell you, to offer you the free
yeah,
widget or offer you the course or whatever have you, again, just so they can be engaged and understand. So by all means, I am definitely a big fan of being able to take those steps and
yeah.
engage them as we do. So that's a phenomenal job there, Sean.
Ray, on that note, hey, my friend, if you like what we're doing every Thursday at 11 o'clock, you have this button either this way, that way. over here in the right or left
Yeah.
corner. Subscribe, and we're going to bring more information about the marketing
Yeah.
for sure.
So
Uh,
I wanted to. There's things I want to mention as well during as we're trying to get more engagement. I know people are watching because they want to be engaged. Again, Facebook Live, and I'm referring to Facebook. Again, it's so powerful. And again, and I have a friend that he was going Facebook Live virally. A lot. And what that did, that kind of created more engagement for him and all his audiences. And Facebook also recognized that. Now, remember this, guys. Remember this. Whenever it's Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram, they see that you're engaging people, they're going to be able to show your product or your live event to a bigger audience. Not everyone's going to see this, unfortunately.
yeah,
But again, so the more you show the engagement and you have the engagement, they'll see just like a regular post. This is
yeah,
why a post should be in high in quality and image. The video should be good content that's keeping them watching, not leaving the platform. So those are things that you want to always think about prior to starting. And it's not
right.
hard. Don't make it hard because, as Sean and I mentioned several times, the hardest part is starting. That's the hardest part. So getting it halfway there and doing it, man, that's like kudos to that person that takes it all the way in.
Now, let's talk about that's one aspect. Now, how can we have organically more people, see our post or watch the video? So let's talk about the some SEO keywords or some the hashtags and so. What's your input on that?
So I can tell you when it comes since hashtag is just basically for one or two platforms, not necessarily all the platforms. It's not a strong force like it once was. But I will tell you the engagement and tagging other folks. That's great because now you're incorporating so many other people to be part of the conversation. Let me just go to the question. Someone asked a question, and if it says. It says what day and time is good for live and in order to have more engagement, which is a great question. Back to what we were just talking about. Again, so you realize, think about. I want Sanita, if that's your name. I'm so sorry if I said it incorrectly, but think about this. If I was driving to school, I'm not going to be on Facebook. If I'm driving to work, I'm not going to be on Facebook. When I get to work, I'm not going to be on Facebook. So again, those times, if I tell you a time right now, I'd be lying because this is being broadcast throughout the entire world. So again, so your engagement that you put on there, your algorithm from Facebook will determine that. So if you do nothing, then it's going to take you longer than anything. As you begin, start a process, and again, part of that process, so you can know what best time of day to do this is to be consistent. Consistent does not mean every day.
Yeah,
Consistent means all the time. So if you're going to do a posting or a live event or so on, do it once a month, twice a month, every so often, as we're trying to do with these marketing hacks. Some people don't understand it. They're trying to do things in a daily time period, which is they can't because life has to happen. So I could tell you, once you start doing that, then your answers will be your question will be answered by Facebook because they're going to show and dictate to you how much more engagement you're getting. So those are little things that people have to understand. And then one more thing about that: if you have a personal profile page, that's not meant to market your business. That is for your personal, for social media. Hey, look, I have a new car, I have a new baby, I have all this new stuff. But if you have a business page, the business page gives you those insights. And again, it's easy to create a business page. You can reach out to us. And of course, we can help you out. Or, you can kind of go, there's many, many YouTubes out there. But those business pages gives you the opportunity of doing a lot of these hacks, we say, that makes it easier for you to succeed. So I hope I answered your question.
you know,
And
Ray, you actually just mentioned a very big answer for the questions. What time? So, and this is we know that sometimes I do Google search and say, like, what time is the best time for Instagram or the, but this is very important. There is no exact time, and I'm going to tell you why. Suppose 10 o'clock in the morning is good for East Coast, but now when I'm putting the a post, I want the West Coast people see that also. So now is 7 o'clock at West Coast. So is that a good time? You see, now being consistent. So suppose I put every day, every other day, for example, at 11 o'clock I do particular post, or every week, once a week I do a video. Exact time. That's what the social media platform, either it's Instagram or Facebook, they pick up the algorithm, and then okay, this person is because all social media, including YouTube, what they're looking for is the content.
Right.
So more video, more post you do, and a particular time, it has to be consistent with the time. Once you
Right.
do that, and you get
So
you get more views, more engagement.
absolutely. And to answer your question from before, as far as how does it help your SEO rank,
Yeah,
again, realize. So if you have a social media page or listing, it's really a listing. If you have a social media page, regardless, link. I mean, all the different various lawyers have Avo, realtors may have some other forms. Again, realize that should be connected to your website. You should have something called, I'm sure everyone's going to know when I say it, something called the backlink. That backlink, yes. When you go to any of my social media packages or places, my channels, you will see my domain in there. And again, why do I do that? Just so people can check me out? Sure, okay, but that's not really the reason. It's more for to help my business listing have more authority. So the more connections that you have, or we all respect Google. Whoever Google is, we respect you, right? So we want to always make you happy, and making you happy would be connecting another platform to my website that's showed on their search engine, which is Chrome. So if they like it, we're gonna always do it. So again, so those things are most important because one thing that I've learned doing this and being more in marketing and not focusing on social and all my life and so on, I can tell you that giving value, you will always win because now you have engagement. But connecting those channels to where someone can watch, hear, see, or watch, or live kind of just all the time makes you even more powerful and helps that platform, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever it may be, it gives you a better output because people are watching and enjoying it.
yeah, it's very important. Yeah. So what you just say is the backlink, because your website has to go everywhere. So that's the way it is visible multiple times. So
Yes.
nobody will ever miss it. Okay,
Right,
that's
right.
that's very
And,
very
and,
good.
and let me say one more thing, and don't forget when they're going back to your website. Remember when we first started? What's the hook? So when they go back to the website, what are you trying to achieve? So again, there's a reason why you want them back to your home. Your website is your house. Come to my house. And it could be for various reasons. If it's not for marketing or putting a cookie, just so they can subscribe to you, just so they know you're there, just so they can, hey, make sure you kind of save this link in case you want to order more food or whatever have you. So again, just it's extremely extremely important in this world day of marketing digitally. So
Actually, this is another important thing you just mentioned. This is just a little bit outside of the subject. We have the engagement, but it is very important because sometimes we do one video here, one video there, and then people are watching you everywhere. But then that's okay to watch everywhere, but then where they're coming to. So for
yes,
example, if I have a YouTube video, I want, after watching the YouTube video, people come to my website, or they're watching me on the Facebook, they come to my website. So that is very very important, and I'm going to give you a little thing I learned. Is when I put a YouTube video first, because YouTube is kind of a library, so put the YouTube video,
right,
but then first thing I do is put that video in my website, on my website, on the blog page as a blog, and then that blog link actually go everywhere. So that means people are watching the YouTube video, but through that blog link. So that means
absolutely.
when they're watching it, they're watching, you know, on my website. So, and that's the way they are not, going different places. So it will be very hard to collect those information, or the client's information, if they are just watching and going on different places. Yeah. So that is very important too.
So important. So again,
Uh,
and that's all part of the process. So no, what's weird is that they all platforms have something very similar. They want you to get more followers.
yeah.
They want you to kind of create your own community. That all of them want the same thing. So
Uh,
it's up to you if you really want to do it.
give a little tip about, the how can someone know about is a good hashtag, or SEO is almost the same thing.
So,
Uh,
so yeah,
how do we
so yeah,
find it?
what hashtags are to represent the what we're posting on. So if I was, let's kind of say a pharmacy, okay? If I was a pharmacy, knowing that Steve's gonna be watching this later on, I would always definitely put the name of the business overall on that post. Again, what has happened, I want to say the last year, 2 years, hashtags still exist and they still work, but they're not as mighty as they once were. Because there's, again, what Facebook wants is they want engagement, and everyone knows that that's ultimately because putting 1,000, or maybe, I'm sorry, I think it's 15 hashtags, right? So this is what's recommended, 15 to 30. So 15 hashtags, and again, so you do copying and pasting and putting on there. And again, the whole idea is if someone does a search and did hashtag best pharmacy in Florida, that came up, that may
Yeah.
come up.
Mhm.
And again, and it's a source, and again, and I've read many reports on this because I've gotten so many. One of my clients is a pharmacist. So again, what's exactly happening when I do a search? What kind of clients are we getting? And we monitor that because I monitor the analytics, and it wasn't giving us the exactly what we wanted to have. So now we had to change tactics to kind of make sure that we're engaging. And again, and that's where we're currently at right now. But in the meanwhile, I'll tell you that the hashtags are very informal for people to do a search with. But again, it's not as mighty as it once was. So, I mean, that's as far as I go because I am not a hashtag expert because I don't use it all the time. But I know how important it is. When someone says marketing, again, marketing is so broad, you have to be specific. So
Yeah.
the secret sauce
True.
to a hashtag is being specific to that category. And as you may already know, in this world of digital, there's no such thing as specifics at all anymore,
Mhm.
unfortunately. But that's what makes it better. And I mean, I've done so many Google searches asking what are the best hashtags to use in 2021, and I would get a great amount of resources for that. And again, if you have a city, a town, an area that you want to always hit, that's also a great hashtag. If you have a
Yeah.
product, if you have your business that you want to add, those are all great hashtags to use consistently all the time and consistently. So when someone they do a search, it'll pop up.
Yeah. Mhm. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a, like, so for example, I'm in South Florida, and especially in Pembroke Pines, or on all the cities, Miramar, Pembroke Pines, Cooper City. So if I put just Pembroke Pines realtor, Miramar realtor, I can generate a lot of hashtag. Anybody is looking, or SEO, keyword,
Yep.
somebody looking for the Fort Lauderdale realtor, it does a bigger chance to pop up.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's
So, and just so you know, every citation, every listing, going back to Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, those show up on Google searches and Bing searches. So
wow.
again, so the more information you put on there, like the key terms like we're talking about right now, will help your business that's on the internet rank better. So it's an important task. It's an important task to tag as well as to put hashtags to help you rank. Now, once you have that rank authority, then hey, you're halfway. I mean, you're more than halfway there. So, but again, so the people that are not there that have no authority at all, which are unfortunately are most, again, I will always definitely encourage it. So make that part of their strategy.
Perfect, perfect.
Okay.
So we got a lot of great information today
Yeah, I
about
know, man.
getting that
This one went
engagement.
pretty long, man.
That's fine. Now, Ray, anything on the closing note?
No, I just wanted to say, and I think we've said this once so many times, is let's please don't worry about the small stuff. Do the best you can with what you have. Take your camera, take a picture, do what you
Just do
can
it.
just to make it so much better. Don't do it. I mean, I just changed my background so easily because I have the ability of doing that. But again, it took me about 7 minutes to do this. But I didn't stop and I got it. So I would encourage you guys, go all the way. Don't stop. It could be done so easily.
Yeah, like just do it. That's
Just
the
do
that's
it,
the
man.
thing.
That's what we always say. Just do it. Just get that phone out or whatever. Just do it. If I'm a realtor, if I'm a good realtor, I want people to know. Let me show you what I did before, what I did after. Look at it. Hey, check this out, guys. What you guys think? You
And
you
then
get an
improve.
engagement.
and
Yes.
improve as you go. Improve as you go.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. People just don't
Yes.
understand.
Hey, my friend, we are, myself, you guys know me, Shan Bhakta, and Ray. He's the
Yep.
owner of Onset Media, doing marketing for a long time. We are here to help you guys. Any question you have, anything you want to know in marketing,
Yep.
we are happy. We're really glad to reach out to you and answer your question, help you to get there, to achieve that marketing success for yourself. So reach out to us. You can always make a comment here. Wherever you are watching us on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube, any platform, or Twitter. Just make a comment. We'll be glad to reach out to you and give you the answer, whatever you have, and any subject you want to know. We'll be glad to do video on that subject, the live stream on that subject. So hopefully this information help you or inspire you to do more videos, more content, more marketing. And Ray, thank you again for your all
My
those
pleasure, man.
knowledgeable information.
My pleasure. My
Thank you.
pleasure. So,
Thank
no,
you very much.
thank you for having me, man. Take care, guys. Thank you.
And see you guys. See you next week, 11 o'clock on Thursday.
There you go.
Take care.
See you guys there.
Rock the week.